Hi, welcome to Java Data Structures. In the previous session, we have started working on trees using Java programming language. So we have created nodes in the previous session, and today we will continue creating the binary trees and all. So we have implemented the node test in the previous session. In the node test, what we have done, we have created a simple node with a left child and a right child. So this is what we have implemented. So something like this we have implemented in the previous session where we got a root node which was 5. Then we have inserted a left node which was 4 and the right node which was 8. Okay. And we
Yes.
created a class node which has a value which has a left pointer and a right pointer, and we have set the values of those pointers. Okay. Now so now what are we going to do? We are going to continue from here. So what do we see here? So we see that binary trees has few interesting properties, and the property says the number of total nodes on each level doubles as you move down the trees. Okay, which means as soon as we go down, we are going to have two child, one left, one right for every node. So that is how the tree is going to be doubled. Finally, the number of nodes on the last level is equal to the sum of number of nodes on all other levels plus one. That's fine because we would be having an extra node. Yeah. So what do we have here is we do have the data. We have a pointer to the left child and we have a pointer to the right child. Okay. That's what we have implemented. And now what are we going to do? We are going to implement a full binary tree. So what is a full binary tree? A full binary tree is a tree where every node has exactly 0 or 2 children. Okay. So what is a full
Okay.
binary? A full binary is something where we do have exactly 0 or 2 child nodes. So that would be an example of a fully binary tree. That's what we're going to create. Similarly, one was a fully binary tree, another is a perfect binary tree. So what is a perfect binary tree? A binary tree is a perfect binary tree if all the internal nodes have two children and the leaves are at the same level. So this is an example of a perfect binary tree because you can see that every node has two childs in it. Okay.
Yes.
So then we have a complete binary tree, which means a binary tree in which every level, except possibly the last, is completely filled and all nodes are as far left as possible. So this is an example of a complete binary tree. Okay. So now, so which means the last one is not filled. Okay. So what you have is a binary tree in which every level except possibly the last is completely filled. So it might be possible that the last you don't have the nodes, which means you know there are certain childs which does not have the nodes in it. So that's what is a complete binary tree. Now
Okay.
then here we do have the binary tree implementations. So what does the binary tree implementation say? There's an auxiliary node class that will store integer values the way we kept in the previous session and keeps a reference to each child. The first step is to find the place where we want to add a new node in order to keep the tree sorted. Okay. So what do we have to do? We do need to keep the tree sorted, followed by we will follow certain rules starting from the root node. If the new node's value is lower than the current node, go to the left child. If the new node's value is greater than the current node, go to the right child. And when the current node is null, we have reached a leaf node, we insert the new node in that position. Okay. So in case if the node is null, so that is considered as a leaf node. So we are just going to create a node at that position with no value in it. Okay. Now, so null as in zero, you can initialize that with zero or something like that, because we will not have any further nodes in it. It has the last most value. Okay. Now, how we can implement the logic, let's have a quick look. So we are going to make it an automated one, where we are going to write the code, and followed by, once we are going to insert the nodes, automatically it will be sorted. Either it is going to be stored into the left node, or it is going to be stored in the right node. Okay, depending on the kind of elements we are going to insert. Okay, and finally we
Okay.
are get that implemented. Now, so what are we going to do? So we are going to create a tree,
Yes.
followed by we are going to have the implementation. So we'll see how this is being implemented. So what I'll do is we'll create a new class, and we'll call it as my tree test. So what do my tree test will bring in? It will bring in a few. One would be the static class by default, which would be in a node. We are going to have a few methods. One will be the insert method. Second one will be a traverse and order method, and the main method, which from where we are going to insert our nodes. Okay. So
Okay.
create it this way. So first of all, we're going to have our stub public static void main string arguments. Okay. So we are going to have the main method. Now within the main method, we are going to create the tree, the nodes, followed by we are going to insert the elements and traverse the elements in the order. Okay. But before that, what do we need to do? We're going to create a static class, which is going to be the node class. So we are going to have a class tree, and within that, we are going to have a few methods like node, insert, and traverse in order. And similarly, we are going to create the new instance of tree, and then we are going to make it. Okay. So let's make a public static class. I'm going to create a public class. This is going to be a tree class. Now within the tree class, we are going to have a few methods. Okay. So what do we have here is we are going to have a static class node. So node, you already understand that it is going to be always static because you're going to define it in a way.
Yes.
If we cannot create the member class as static, we'll just call it as a class node in it. Okay, so we have created a class node. Now within this, we're going to have an integer value, which is going to be the value of the element. Then we are going to have the two pointers, node left and the right node. Okay, left and right, you already understand. These are going to be the pointers which we create using the name of the same class within that. And now we're going to define the constructor in such a way that whatever value we are going to receive. Okay, so this is going to be an integer value.
Why did you remove static? You
Stat
said static.
Because it was saying that we cannot create a member class in another class as static. So that's why I have removed.
Okay.
Yeah, in 7.1.7, we cannot create it as static. So that's why I had to remove it.
Okay.
So we have inserted this value. Now what we are going to do, we're going to point to the value. We're going to add up the value, followed by we're going to have the left node, whatever left node we have. Let's say initially that it's going to be null, and the right node, again it's going to be null because initially it's going to be empty. Earlier what we did,
Yes.
inserted manually, but this time what are we going to do? we are going to automatically set the values depending on the sorting mechanism, depending on the higher values and lower values. Okay. Now, so initially we kept it as empty. Now, so once you are done with creation of the classes, what are we going to do? We're going to create a few more methods now. Okay. The first method is going to be the insert method. Let's say I'm going to create a public method, public void insert. Now, within the insert method, what are we going to do? We're going to have a node and we're going to have a value. Okay. So we're going to define a node and we're going to define a value in it. And how we are going to do it? So we're going to check. So what do we have here is, you can see that what are we doing? First, whatever value will be given, whatever value we will start inserting into the node, we are going to check with its current value. If the current value is not equal to null, so what are we going to do? If it is less than the value of the node itself, then what are we going to do? We are going to insert it in the left hand side, else we are going to put it into the right hand side. Okay, we are going to have that comparison. If it says that the value is smaller than the current value of the node, we are going to insert it on the left hand side. Then
Yes.
the value is greater than the right hand side, greater than the value, we are going to insert it into the right hand side. Okay, that's how we are going to
Yes.
insert it, and we are going to create a new node in it. Okay, so we are going to do that. That's it. So we are going to check if the value, which is going to be the node value, whatever value is being given. Let's say I have inserted a new value like 6 or 5 here. So I am going to compare with the node value initially, whatever is the,
Okay.
if the node value is greater than the current given value, so we are going to insert it accordingly. Okay. So naturally, if the value is greater than this, and it is not null, because if it's going to be null, then it's going to be the last most node, the leaf node. Okay. So
Yes.
if the value, if the left node is not equal to null, okay, so what are we going to do? We're going to insert the value. Okay, we're going to call the method insert, and we're going to call node dot left, and we're going to insert a value in it. Okay, else what we will do, we are going to create a new node. Okay, so we are typing in here system.out.println, inserting to the left of insert. Let's say I'll be using the same example which is given to us here. Insert value to the left of whatever is the node value. Sorry. Okay. So what are we going to have? Initially, I have checked in case if the left node is not null, then I'm going to insert the value. In case if
Yes.
null, then what are we going to do? We're going to create the value.
Create.
We're going to call new node and we're going to pass on the value. Okay, and I'm going to call this node dot left. Got it? Now, similarly, we'll go to second case. In the second case, we're going to define else if value is greater than node dot value. So now in this case, what are we going to do? We're going to put it into the right hand side. Okay. Now, if again, if the node dot value is not equal to null, it's going to be the right side if the value is greater. So if the node dot right, so what am I going to do? I'm going to put the value here on the right hand side. So I'm going to call the
Yes.
insert method, insert node dot right, and I'm going to put the value in it here. Okay. Else what am I going to do? I'm going to create a new node to define the value, and this is going to be the right node, node dot right, and I'm going to say system dot out dot print line inserted plus node dot value. Okay, so I have defined in this way where we have got the values, we have done the comparisons. If the value is smaller, then we have kept it on the left hand side. If the value is greater, then we have kept it on the right hand side. Either if a node is available, then we have inserted it, otherwise we have created a new node. Okay, now so we got uh, the insertion order done. Now, similarly, what are we going to do? Now we are going to create the traverse order. Okay. So as to print the element, just to show how the uh, tree looks like. Okay. So we're going to call it as,
We won't create third case.
sorry,
Third case, if that value is equal to node value.
no, the value is not going to be node value because it will not, uh, in a binary tree, as you already know, either it's going to be a smaller value or it's going to be a larger value. Okay. So in case if
Okay.
you want to create it, you can do that because it will be ignored naturally. Either it will get into the smaller values or it will receive the higher values. If the value is same, then it is going to be ignored
Okay.
because we don't have any condition for it. So it's not going to be inserted into the binary tree. It will naturally be removed in case if you want to give the same value, it will be removed. Okay.
Yes.
Now, so we are going to create the third one, which is the traverse in order. So we are going to make this method traverse in order. So we are going to create, we're going to receive a parameter here. It's going to be the node parameter. Then we're going to check if the node is not equal to null. If the node is not equal to null, we are going to traverse in order. In the traverse in order, I'm going to pass in the left node. Okay, we're going to print the value system.out.println line. So first I have printed plus the node value. So first I have printed the left child, then I have printed the node, and then I will be printing the right child. Node dot right. Okay. So in the traverse order, what are we doing? We have selected a node, whatever, since where we want to traverse it. So if the node is not null, then we are going to print the left child, we are going to print its right child, and the value of the node which is given. Okay. Now, so we got that printed. Finally, we are going to put the values in here. So we're going to create a new tree. Let's call it as tree is equal to new tree. Okay. And we are going to define no enclosing instance of type myTree is accessible must qualify the allocation with an enclosing instance of type where X is an instance of myTree test. So I think I have got it here within this. Yeah. Okay. So I've made it public static. Now am I going to access it? Earlier it was not accessible since it was not public. So I have got a new tree created. Now within this tree, what am I going to do? First, I have created a node with a value of 5. Okay. We're going to call it as node. This is going to be our root node. Again, I would need to make public static class node. I think this is also saying node cannot be resolved as a side. Create the class. We already have a class node within this here. My tree test. Okay, we could have done it in the same way by creating a package. Package my tree. Just a second. So what am I doing is I'm just creating another class, and since it's not accessible, so I'm just putting that there, the node one. इससे नहीं accessible कर लेते हैं इसको. my tree test dot tree is accessible must qualify the allocation with an enclosing instance of type example डॉट नोड से तो हम इसे इनिशियलाइज कर ही सकते हैं
It's saying that it can't access node from tree. I think.
स्टैटिक कर देते हैं ना स्टैटिक से कर लेते हैं ठीक है सो now is it clear ठीक है so now what we are having we have created a class within that we have created a constructor a static with the class node okay now not a constructor sorry an internal class node now we have accessed that class using this mechanism tree dot node 5 okay so we got a root node created now
Yes.
creating the root node now we are going to insert the further elements okay so here uh, so here what are we going to do we are going to insert a few more elements okay so we are going to call it this way we have a tree we're going to insert a few elements now when we insert we do need to have a node and we are going to have the element so let's say I've selected that we are going to insert it in the root node this is the root node and we are going to insert an element let's say 2 so which will eventually be smaller than 5 will be inserted on the left hand side then we are going to insert another one 3 dot insert on the root node we are going to insert 4 then we are going to have 3 dot insert we are going to insert the root node and we are going to insert the value 8 okay
So that one is giving error in my system. That node root is equal to new tree dot node 5.
node
So
root
it's saying that node is giving the error that you have to create class node.
you check if you have made it static then it will be accessible
So I have made it static. Then also it's
and the main tree class as public
tree class. Yes, I have done that also.
okay I'll do check
Public. Then also
is it fine now
no.
I'll just check. Give me a minute let me just test this one 3 dot insert root dot 6 I've done 3 dot insert on the root node we have inserted 7 followed by we've got then I have inserted 3 in it and finally I have inserted on the root node we have inserted 9 in it so we got the root node selected okay and then what are we going to do we are going to print that tree system dot out dot print line traverse the tree so we are going to call traverse in order and we are going to define the root node so we are going to traverse the root node and we are going to see what is going to be the output so I'm going to save all I'm going to run the test so we got it in this way we have inserted Initially, we have inserted 2 to the left of 5. Then we inserted 4 to the right of 2. Then we inserted 8 to the right of 5. Then we inserted 6 to the left of 8. Okay. I'll run that now. Then we have inserted 7 to the right of 6, 3 to the left of 4, 9 to the right of 8. And finally, we have got the binary tree printed 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, is that clear?
Yes.
Okay, so now we can see we have got our binary tree implementation done. So here is the binary tree example, okay, under my tree test. Next, in the session, we are going to have a discussion to tree traversals, okay, where we have a few methods like depth first search, pre-order traversal, then breadth first search, post-order traversal. There are various ways with which we can search within the trees. So we are going to have an introduction to that, how we can search the elements within the trees. And then we can see various applications of binary trees and why they are so important when it comes to programming. Okay. So that is all for today's session. In the next session, we will continue with the traversal orders and the breadth first and the depth first search within your tree. So I believe the current tree concept is clear to you, that how do we created a node class, okay, followed by how do we created the methods like insert the elements into the binary tree and traverse the element within the binary tree.